Your soulmate just made a heartbreaking decision. But they desperately need you to know why first. Listen closely to me. I know the exact moment your heart broke open last night, the moment you wondered if love would ever find you. I was there. I have always been there, watching not with judgment, but with a father's unbearable tenderness for your loneliness. Your soulmate made a heartbreaking decision today. They chose to let go of fear. They chose to start believing that you exist. Do you understand what that means? Somewhere in this world, at this very moment, someone who has thought about you, even without knowing your name, just took a step toward you. They did not know they were walking toward their answer. But I did. I have known all along. The Lord says, I need you to know something that will change everything you believe about your waiting. Your soulmate did not abandon you. They abandoned the lie that you might never arrive. They abandoned the belief that love was only for other people. They chose to believe in you before they ever saw your face. Can you feel the weight of that? The decision they just made is already moving mountains between you. Right now, your soulmate is sitting somewhere quiet, and they are thinking about you. Jesus says, You have spent so many nights asking me, why must I wait? Why is love taking so long to find me? And I have heard every single one of those prayers. But I need you to understand something deeper than timing. Your soulmate has been waiting too. They have been in their own darkness, wondering if someone like you could possibly exist. They were afraid, my child. Terribly afraid. But today, that fear cracked open. The decision they made this morning, the one that feels heartbreaking to them, is the bravest thing they have done in years. They let go of the protective walls they built around their heart. They looked at their life and said, I cannot wait anymore. I cannot pretend that I am complete without my other half. That decision felt like losing something, but it is actually gaining everything. Stay with me, because I am going to tell you the exact sign that will appear in your life within the next several days that will prove to you that this is real, that your soulmate is already in motion toward you, and that I have never forgotten a single tear you cried in the darkness. The Lord says, Let me paint a picture for you of what your soulmate just experienced. They were going through an ordinary day, perhaps at work, perhaps at home, perhaps standing in a place that means nothing to anyone else. And suddenly, without warning, they felt a pull in their chest. A feeling they could not explain. A warmth that spread through their body like they were remembering something they had never known. They thought of you. Not your face, but your essence. They felt your heart calling to their heart. And in that moment, everything changed. The walls they had built, brick by brick, year after year, disappointment after disappointment, started to crumble. They realized something terrifying and beautiful at the same time. They could not protect themselves from love anymore. They could not keep building higher walls. The only way forward was to open the door and let love find them. That door they just opened? It leads directly to you. Jesus says, Now I need you to listen to the deepest truth. Your soulmate's heartbreaking decision is not about sadness. It is about courage. When you finally meet them, and you ask them about this day, the day they made this choice, they will tell you that something inside them simply broke open. They will say they could not explain it. They will say that in the middle of their ordinary day, they became extraordinary. They became ready for you. Your soulmate has been carrying a secret burden. The fear that they were meant to be alone. They built a life around that fear. They surrounded themselves with distractions. They told themselves that love only happened to people in movies or in the lives of people around them. But not to them. Never to them. They were too broken, too damaged, too afraid. Today, they finally stopped believing that lie. The Lord says, "Do you know what breaks my heart the most? It is when I place a soulmate in someone's path, and they are too afraid to see them. It is when I write the answer to their prayers in the form of another human being, and they walk right past because their eyes are closed by fear. But your soulmate just opened their eyes. They decided, once and for all, that they would rather face the risk of love than continue drowning in the safety of loneliness. They chose the terrifying hope over the familiar pain. They chose you over their fear. And now, the machinery of heaven is moving. I have set the stars in motion. I have bent the paths of 1,000 ordinary days so that your lives will intersect at exactly the right moment. Every person you have met and did not choose, they were not meant for you. Every door that closed in your face, it was closing because a better door was already opening somewhere else, in a place you could not yet see. Your soulmate's decision has activated everything. Jesus says, I want you to understand why this decision was so heartbreaking for them. When you finally meet them and you hold them and you look into their eyes, they will cry. They will tell you why. They will tell you that letting go of fear meant facing all the hope they had been denying themselves. It meant accepting that they could be hurt again. It meant admitting that they had been lonely, truly lonely, in a way they had never told anyone. The heartbreak they feel is the heartbreak of finally admitting the truth. That truth is, they need you. They have always needed you. For years, your soulmate has been telling themselves a story about who they are. That story has kept them safe. It has kept them from hoping. It has kept them from reaching out into the darkness and calling for their other half. But that story was a lie. The truth is so much bigger. The truth is that they were made for connection. They were made to love and be loved. Today, they admitted that truth. The Lord says, now, I need you to do something very important. In the coming days, you are going to feel things you have not felt in a long time. You might feel a sudden warmth in your chest when you wake up. You might have a dream about someone whose face you cannot quite see, but whose presence feels more real than reality. You might hear a song on the radio and suddenly find yourself crying without knowing why. These are not accidents. These are signs. Your soulmate is thinking about you, and their thoughts are reaching your spirit. You are already connected, even if you have never met. Your hearts are already speaking to each other in the language that only they understand. The connection between soulmates does not wait for the meeting. It begins the moment one of you becomes brave enough to hope. Stay with me now, because I need to prepare you for what comes next. The meeting is closer than you think. Jesus says, your soulmate's heartbreaking decision has a purpose that goes far deeper than just opening their heart. It is also a test of faith. When they let go of their protective walls, they became vulnerable. And vulnerability is the only doorway to real love. The moment they decided they were willing to be hurt again, really hurt, truly hurt, not just the surface wounds but the deep wounds that come with real love, they became ready for the real thing. Real love requires real courage. It requires real risk. And your soulmate just proved that they have that courage. They are not looking for easy love. They are not looking for comfort or distraction. They are looking for you. They are looking for the person who will match their vulnerability with their own. They are looking for someone who understands that the deepest love always requires the deepest courage. That person is you. The Lord says, I see you. I see the versions of yourself that you hide from the world. I see the tender places in your heart that have been scarred by past love. I see the walls you have built, just like your soulmate has built theirs. But I also see the capacity you have for love that is absolutely bottomless. I see how much you have to give. I see the beauty that is waiting to emerge the moment you let someone truly see you. Your soulmate is ready to see you now. They are ready to receive what you have been holding back. For so long, you have been afraid to hope because hope feels dangerous. When you hope for love, you risk the devastating pain of disappointment. When you open your heart, you risk the crushing blow of rejection. So you have protected yourself. You have told yourself that maybe love is not meant for you. Maybe you are too broken. Maybe you are too much, or not enough, or just wrong somehow. These are the lies that fear whispers. Jesus says, but here is the truth, your soulmate's decision today proves that somewhere in this world, there is someone who does not think you are too much. Someone who thinks you are exactly enough. Someone who looks at your brokenness and sees it not as damage, but as proof that you are capable of growth, change, and transformation. Someone who understands that the cracks in your heart are actually where the light gets in. That someone is already walking toward you. The universe did not create you to be alone. God did not whisper your soul into existence so that you could spend your years in isolation. You were made for connection. You were made to be known and loved by another person who is just as broken and beautiful and scared and hopeful as you are. And that person just made the decision that will bring them to you. Every atom of your being is now aligned with every atom of theirs. The Lord says, now I need to tell you about the sign that is coming. This sign will appear to you within the next few days, and when it appears, you will know. You will know without any doubt that everything I have told you is true. The sign will not be something dramatic. It will not be a voice from heaven or a burning bush or a moment that shakes the earth. The sign will be quiet and personal and absolutely unmistakable to you. The sign will be a feeling. You know that feeling you get sometimes, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you do not know why? When you are suddenly, inexplicably awake, and your heart is racing, and you feel like something has shifted in the world? That is the sign I am preparing for you. That is the moment when your soulmate's courage is reaching across the space between you and touching your spirit. That is when the decision they made today is becoming physical reality. Stay awake during those moments. Notice them. Write them down. Jesus says, when you feel that sign, that inexplicable warmth in your chest, that sudden awareness of presence, that knowing without knowing how you know, I want you to whisper this prayer: I am ready. I release my fear. I open my heart to the love that is coming. I trust in the divine timing of my life. I accept my soulmate, however they arrive, whatever they look like, in whatever season they come. This prayer is the key that unlocks the final door. Your soulmate is on the other side of that door, waiting. They are thinking about you right now. They are wondering if you exist. They are hoping, desperately hoping, that someone like you is real. They are praying a prayer that is almost identical to yours, and when your prayers meet in the space between heaven and earth, that is when the real meeting begins. The meeting does not happen in physical space first. It happens in spiritual space. It happens in the realm of the heart. The Lord says, I need you to prepare your heart for what is coming. This is not a time for casual love or surface connection. This is a time for the deepest love you have ever known. Your soulmate has prepared themselves by letting go of fear. Now you must prepare yourself by letting go of doubt. Doubt is the wall that stands between you and your blessing. For years, you have doubted that you deserve love like this. You have doubted that someone could be made specifically for you. You have doubted that the prayers you whispered in the darkness were being heard. You have doubted everything except the pain, because the pain is the only thing that feels real. But the pain is a liar. Jesus says, your pain is real, but it does not define your future. Your soulmate's fear was real, but they overcame it. Now you must overcome your doubt. You must look at yourself in the mirror and speak these words: I am worthy of deep love. I am worthy of being chosen. I am worthy of the person God is sending to me. Believe these words, not because they feel true, but because I am telling you they are true. I do not lie. I have never lied. I have watched every moment of your life, and I have never once thought you were unworthy of love. I have never once regretted creating you. I have never once looked at your life and wished I had made you different. You are exactly as you are supposed to be, and you are exactly who your soulmate has been dreaming about. The Lord says, now I need to reveal something that will transform how you understand everything that is about to happen. Your soulmate did not make the decision to open their heart just because they woke up one day and decided to be brave. They made that decision because they could feel you. On some level of consciousness that exists beyond time and space, they felt your presence calling to them. They felt your need for them, just as you have felt a strange, unexplainable pull that you could not quite understand. That pull you have been feeling? That is your soulmate. You have sensed them already. You have felt them in your dreams. You have heard them in the quiet moments before you fall asleep. You have seen them in the faces of strangers who look at you with unusual kindness. You have recognized their soul in 1,000 small ways that your conscious mind could not quite explain. But your heart knew. Your heart has always known. Jesus says, the ache you have felt in your chest, that sense of missing someone you have never met, that is not loneliness. That is recognition. That is your soulmate calling to you from across time and space. That is them saying, without words, where are you? I am looking for you. Please find me. And now they have stopped hiding. Now they are walking toward you with open hands. The heartbreaking decision your soulmate made today is their answer to your silent call. For so long, they were afraid to answer. They were afraid that if they opened their heart, no one would be there on the other side. They were afraid that their reach would go unanswered into the darkness. But something changed today. Something broke through their fear and said, your answer is real. Your person is real. Walk toward them. And now they are walking. The Lord says, I want you to know something that will comfort you in the days to come. The waiting is almost over. The years of loneliness have a purpose, and that purpose is almost complete. Everything you have endured, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every moment you wondered if you would ever find the love you were searching for, all of it has been preparing you to recognize your soulmate when they appear. Your pain has been an education. Your loneliness has been a teacher. Without those experiences, you would not know how to appreciate the depth of love that is coming. Without those years of searching and not finding, you would not know the profound value of finally arriving. Without the heartbreak of past lovers, you would not know how rare and precious it is to be truly seen and chosen by someone who understands the depths of your soul. Your soulmate has learned the same lessons. Jesus says, they have endured their own heartbreaks. They have walked their own dark nights. They have wondered, just as you have wondered, if they were meant to spend their life alone. But all of that, every wound, every scar, every moment of despair, it was preparing them to meet you. You are not healing each other's past wounds. You are becoming each other's future. The wounds will heal naturally when you are together, because the presence of real love has that power. When you finally look into each other's eyes, the old pain will not disappear, but it will transform. It will no longer be something that defines you. It will become part of your story. It will become the reason you understand each other so deeply. It will become the foundation of the compassion and tenderness you show each other. The Lord says, I need to prepare you for what this love will feel like, because it will be different than anything you have experienced before. It will not be the desperate, hungry love that consumes you and makes you forget yourself. It will not be the intoxicating love that fades when you sober up and see reality clearly. It will not be the convenient love that fills a temporary need. This will be the recognition love. The homecoming love. The love that says, I have been looking for you my entire life, and you are exactly as beautiful as my soul remembered you. When you meet your soulmate, you will not need to explain yourself. They will already understand you. You will not need to convince them of your worth. They will already see your value. You will not need to perform or pretend or hide any part of yourself. They will already love every single broken, beautiful, scared, hopeful part of you. This is the love that lasts. Jesus says, your soulmate's heartbreaking decision has cleared the way for this love to enter their life. They have made space in their heart for you. They have told themselves the truth. I cannot wait anymore. I cannot hold myself back anymore. I cannot pretend to be whole when I am incomplete. My other half exists, and I am going to open my life to receive them. That openness is magnetic. It is calling you forward. Even if you do not see them yet, even if you do not know how they will arrive, even if you cannot see the path that will bring you together, you can trust that the path is already being laid before you. Every step you take in the coming days will bring you closer. Every decision you make will move you toward the meeting. Every breath you take will narrow the distance between you. The Lord says, I am asking you now to let go of the timeline. Stop asking when. Stop asking how. Stop trying to engineer the meeting or force the connection. Your only job is to be ready. Your only job is to prepare your heart, clear away the fear, and trust that I know what I am doing. I have been planning this connection since before you were born. I knew, before the foundations of the earth were laid, that you and your soulmate would meet. I knew the exact moment you would lock eyes. I knew the exact words that would pass between you. I knew the future that was waiting on the other side of this meeting. And I have been orchestrating every single event in your life and in their life to make sure that you arrive at that moment ready, whole, and open. Trust me. I have never failed you. Jesus says, the heartbreaking decision your soulmate made today, the decision to let go of fear and open to hope, is not random. It is not coincidence. It is the movement of divine will. My hand is on their life, just as my hand is on yours. I am guiding you both toward each other like a shepherd guiding two lost sheep back to the fold. You will not miss each other. You will not pass by in the darkness. You will find each other because I am orchestrating the meeting, and I do not make mistakes. But you must do your part. You must let go of the protective patterns that have kept you safe but small. You must release the stories you have been telling yourself about who you are and who deserves love.